So every day I gotta do this. Even Saturdays? Aye.
Hans vlogs every day in April.
Hello, my friend. It's me, Professor Hans von Puppet, back again. It's Saturday, April 6th, the 6th day of Vlog Every Day in April. I know I just did a movie review yesterday, but I got another one for you today. It's not my fault. I was going to do something else, but then my good friends at SourceFed put up another movie club, and I thought, what the hell, jump on that bandwagon there. I tell you something, I was really hoping that they would just pick the movie that I did yesterday, and I could just slip that one in under the wire. But instead, I got to watch Jeff Who Lives at Home. This is a lovely little film starring Jason Segel and Ed Helms, two great TV actors who are very hilarious on The Office and How I Met Your Mother, and a bunch of other great shows. These guys also have very strong theatrical credits as well, especially Jason Segel, who has written quite a few excellent movies himself that he has starred in, like Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Now again, these are both hilarious comedy actors. This is not particularly a comedy. It's more of a drama, this Jeff Who Lives at Home. It's directed by the Duplass brothers, who are the kings of a genre called mumblecore, meaning everything is handheld, very natural looking. The dialogue all sounds a little bit improv, a lot of kind of mumbly and all that. This film didn't seem too mumbly to me. It seemed pretty right on. All of the dialogue seemed on point and in character, which is the kind of thing you want from a drama, I think. So Jeff Who Lives at Home from the title is Jason Segel, and his brother Ed Helms plays Pat, okay? They are rival brothers. Jeff is a total slacker who lives in his mother's basement and doesn't leave the house. He's about 30 years old, smokes a lot of weed, and is really doing nothing with his life. Ed Helms, on the other hand, is seemingly successful, has a job, has a nice wife, buys himself a new Porsche early on in the film. Though while from the poster you would think, oh, he's the guy who's got it all together, and Jeff is the slacker oaf at home, really it is Pat, Ed Helms, who has really got the messed up life, because basically he's an asshole. Doesn't listen to his wife, he spends a bunch of money on a Porsche, he's always boasting, very selfish character, and his wife has had an ass full of it now, and she is done with him, and basically is looking for any way out. Now, the forward motion of the film hinges on Jeff and his belief in signs. Specifically the film Signs that Mel Gibson directed about aliens or something, where there's all these like things, these seemingly unrelated things that then link up nice and neatly in the end of the film, which of course is fictional. Anyway, he gets a weird wrong number from a very angry man who wants to talk to Kevin. Kevin, I spell it out for you, K-E-V-I-N. And that sticks in Jason Segel's head, you see. Now, Jeff is quite stoned at the beginning of the film, which does make you a little paranoid. So when the guy calls demanding to speak to Kevin, and that fits well with Jeff's worldview that we're all connected and everything's a sign for something else, that somehow the word Kevin is important. And he keeps following the word Kevin. He follows a guy out of the bus with Kevin on his shirt, and then he ends up getting beat up. He keeps running into his brother. And frankly, there are a lot of really unbelievable, implausible coincidences in this film of being in the right place at the right time and running into the other people in the film. This is implausible, except for the fact that the entire premise of the film is the guy believes in connections and this sort of magic. So that's okay, I reckon. All the characters in this film are pretty much miserable. Jason Segel's got no job, nothing going on. He's sort of depressed, smoking weed in the basement. Ed Helms has a wife, but he's sort of a jerk, and he's not really, he seems kind of like a bully all the time. His wife is completely miserable. Their mother, played by the very lovely Susan Sarandon, is just about sick of Jeff for being such a slacker around the house. She wants him to fix something around the house. She keeps nagging him about it, and he keeps not quite managing to do it. And that's a through line that also drives him forward throughout the film. Anyway, when the brothers get together, they start fighting and fussing, and a lot of bad stuff happens to Ed Helms. He wrecks his brand new Porsche. He keeps getting it towed away, and meanwhile, he suspects and then finds out for sure that his wife is having an affair, or trying to, which brings his whole relationship to a head. Susan Sarandon in her office is being tormented, is not the right word, but is being reached out to by some secret admirer who's someone in the office, and that's kind of interesting. Clearly, they shot all of Susan Sarandon's scenes in one day, since she's in the same office and the same costume, and really if they spend more than a day, they are really gilding the lily there. This film takes place in sort of any town, USA, one would think, except they identify it as Baton Rouge, Louisiana, which is odd because no one in the entire film has a southern accent. This is because, my friends, I will teach you something, Louisiana has a tax credit for films shot there. And if you shoot your film in Louisiana, the government down there will pay you a lot of money. By the way, Baton Rouge is French for red stick, and a red stick is what the people who grow the red chili peppers carry around to compare to the color of the chili peppers so they know whether they are ripe or not, so they can pick the peppers for their pickled peppers that go into pepper sauce like Tabasco. They use the red stick to measure the red peppers. Red stick equals Baton Rouge. You have been schooled. But I digress. This mumblecore film about human relationships and personal struggles and slackerism and not doing anything and not listening to your wife all culminates in a surprisingly engaging and tense action sequence with the bridge and a car going in the water and a bunch of sort of surprising things happen at the end, which I will try not to spoil. I quite enjoyed this movie. This is not Transformers, okay? This is not a giant Hollywood blockbuster, nor is it a hilarious farce, but it's a quite lovely drama where you kind of feel a connection with the people and is very realistic. And with a name like Mumblecore, I would think I would not like this genre, but I like it a lot. I give it 4 tiny stormtroopers. Very good. I recommend that you see it right there on Netflix. And again, I will try to lay off the movie reviews until next week at least, or until I see another movie, whichever comes first. I'm telling you, it's hard to think of things to do every day in April. Oh,